It's like grape.
Yo, what is up, everybody? We are kicking with the crew. It's your boy Leroy. Got my guys Zach and Damon here with me. Hope everybody is having a great weekend out there. Hopefully, for all you Colts fans out there, hopefully y'all had a great hate watching the Houston Texans lose and go home. But hope everybody's having a great weekend so far. How my guys doing?
Good,
man. Good.
Oh, yeah, good to hear. We don't really got too much plotted out. Obviously, we're at home, too. But, yeah, so we're just going to get into some conversation, jumping on wherever it leads and goes. Obviously, you two weren't here last week, so y'all didn't get to discuss the whole situation of Ballard's presser, anything that felt changed, different, AR competition, free agents, all that jazz. If you guys actually feel any different from the words. I'll let you one of you guys go ahead and hop in on how you feel about that, since you guys weren't here last week to discuss with me and Trev.
I got something quickly. I love that he's talking like this. Like, should have been the mindset he had from day one. Like, it's all about competing. The NFL is a what have you done for me now type of league. And it is not about, we're not here to, be nice and grow relationships. That comes with production on the field. If you want your spot, produce. If you don't want your spot, there's plenty of other guys in this damn league that'll take it, and playing for the Colts is a privilege. So that should have been the mindset that he should have had the entire time. Now, talk is cheap. I'm to the point with Ballard, I need to show me. Like, just show me. Like, put your money where your mouth is and show me. Like, in free agency, I don't want 36,000 free agents. Like, I don't need 8. I don't need 9. Give me 2 big name guys or 2 really legitimate X factors, and I'll be quiet. Like, if you're gonna go out and say, hey, we need dudes that are dogs, okay, Packers might not bring back Jair Alexander. Hey, Jair, here's a bag. Here's a 2-year or a 3-year, $36 million deal, $24 million guaranteed. Come play in Indianapolis, because odds are you're gonna have to overpay to get guys to come here. So fucking do it. And then until I see that, that's when I'll know things are different. If not, then it's just all talk. It's just Ballard's talking, so people will stay off his butt. And I mean, he's great at that stuff. He's media trained. Dude's a politician, so it is what it is. But I need to see it. Show me.
Welcome in, Sean. Appreciate you coming in. How about you, Damon? Where you at? Where are you feeling about the presser from Chris Ballard and conversation we had last week? Me and Trev.
Yeah, I'll take it face value, man. I think he's a snake oil salesman. He said what he said because he had to say what he had to say, in my opinion. Until I see actual change, I'm not gonna change my outlook on it. Good, he recognizes his faults, but we're 3 or 4 years into this thing now where he's consistently said, "Oh, I failed here, I failed here, I failed here." That's cool. You could take accountability, but like Zach very much said, when do you produce? This guy has had more chances than any NFL GM I've probably seen in my life. Not an owner. Okay, so yeah. I'm not gonna say Jerry Jones or anything like that, right? But I've never seen an NFL GM with more shots at getting something right. And I mean, we could tiptoe into more things, you know what I mean? But that's where I'll leave it.
Yeah,
sure. Welcome back, Lou. Nothing sweeter than seeing an AFC South team other than our Colts getting eliminated from the playoffs. See ya. Appreciate you for coming in. I don't need to go back through all of my words and everything. For most folks that was here last week, you guys already know where I stand on it and whatnot. Yeah, man, it's good to hear from you guys on your opinion on it. There was a bunch of stuff that we went through, so I don't know if you guys remember any topics from that. Did you guys want to discuss any further into that from what you guys missed last week, or even the game against the Jacksonville Jaguars that we had to force to overtime because that's just what we do.
No, on to next year. Last year's done. Like, I'm done with these Colts. This iteration, done with these Colts. I need to see changes. No sense in beating a dead horse.
For sure, for sure. Lou's also saying here, Louis Riddick and Dan Orlovsky as a package. Too bad we didn't fire Chris Ballard, so that is impossible at the moment. Also, I don't know about Do. I don't think that's going to be anywhere near. He got started back at C, our QB coach.
Orlovsky's a clown, but I'm interested in Louis Riddick. Like, there's people that are saying he could be an NFL GM with how he sees things.
Well, because you've already been a GM before, player personnel,
something like that. But I question, like, how hard is it? Because if John Lynch can do it and lead your team to 2 Super Bowl losses, you know, like, Louis Riddick certainly has the capability. And I think that,
tripping. Commander's tripping.
I mean, who knows? Like, to me, that's very interesting. Like, Louis Riddick is very interesting. He's a name, someone I do believe a franchise would take a chance on. But Orlovsky, he'll probably just fumble the bag and run out the end zone for all I know. But, I mean, that's that's Orlovsky for you. So, it is what it is.
That's hilarious. All right, well, anyways, let's go ahead and move on to some other conversation then. Why don't we jump to what your name is that you got there, Zach? Looks like you got Anthony Richardson, Justin Fields, Danny Dimes. You don't know. So, Zach, you've been a guy who's kind of been all in on AR and haven't really jumped out of that too much. You just want to see the kid develop. So, what we got going on there? You looking forward to some QB competition that Ballard also mentioned that he may need to see because Anthony Richardson can't stay healthy?
I definitely am. Like, and I think this is the next step in AR's development. All right, bro. You've given your first year you got injured, but you had that offseason, and then you played every game this year except for when you were benched. We saw when you got locked in, you came back better. But now, unfortunately, it's an unfair business. And this is where, you know, like the unfair business part comes in. Now the toe hits the pavement, probably at a little bit of accelerate more so than what we really wanted to, just due to the circumstances and the situation. So we need you to ball out, kid. Oh, crap. We need you to ball out, kid. And better now? You hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you never lost.
Oh, nice. My mic fell, so I had to address it again. But I just look at it like whoever the Colts bring in, have them compete with AR. Justin Fields, I think, is going to end up back in Pittsburgh because they mentioned something about how Wilson was a cancer in the locker room.
No way.
Oh, yeah. McAfee and all them reported on the show that, like, Peter Lair's inside the locker room had real problems with Russell Wilson, and that they felt like the offense and the team played much better with Fields as their starting quarterback. So if the players get their one, Justin Fields is going to come back and be QB1 in Pittsburgh, which credit to him. And then this is going to sound weird because, like, I've never shared this with anybody, but I was a gigantic Danny Dimes kid coming out of Duke. I absolutely loved him coming out of Duke. I thought he was going to be the truth. So, like, the fact that he went to a terrible situation in New York only proved that New York is dysfunctional. Do I believe he can come in and have what I would love to see, if the Colts signed Danny Dimes, I would love to see him do what Sam Darnold did. Sam Darnold all year was pretty consistent, and then Sam Darnold showed you know, his colors. I would love it to be the opposite kind of story. Hey, you're not getting as crazy athletic duo as you are with AR, but if Danny Dimes gets signed to Indianapolis, comes in, balls out, competes, and he's able to do everything you ask him to do, which is be accurate, run the offense, play within himself, and, you know, show off your Vanilla Vic wheels a little bit, I see absolutely no problem why he couldn't work out here in Indianapolis. I mean, the way I see it is, like, to me, if there's a guy you want as your backup quarterback, and if you're still committed to AR, Danny Dimes is it because you're going to get him for cheap. I mean, he's still getting paid $22 million from the Giants, so you can probably get him, $8 million, $10 million max for a year. You say, hey, you're coming here to compete. Loser gets a backup spot, and if we don't make the playoffs, we'll release you before the playoffs so you can go sign with a contender. You make that clear, and don't move it. But to me, like
we just played Flacco like $8 million. I for damn sure ain't giving Danny Dimes $8 million.
I mean, I wouldn't, but I think he's a better version of. I think he's way better than Flacco. But I
disagree. I'm sorry.
I feel you. I just like it because he's younger, he's more mobile.
Has Danny Dimes ever completed a single pass over 38 yards in his NFL career? No.
Do you need him to? If he's given proper,
I'm just telling you, bro. He can't complete a downfield pass.
I'm gonna just say I'm the complete opposite on that one, Zach. On Danny Dimes,
I feel you.
He's fun, bro.
But a backup situation. He's just like Flacco. I'm sorry.
I'm
not watching 39.
I would pay more just to bring Flacco back rather than see Danny Dimes.
Hell no, dog. Give me his legs. I would much rather have the athletic ability that Vanilla Fit gives you than I ever would. Anything Joe Flacco gives you.
I don't care if K. Adams on the sideline every game. I still don't want him. Still do not want Danny Dimes.
I think
I'm pulling for Danny Dimes, because outside of Danny Dimes, you really want Drew Lock or Zach Wilson, because that's basically who's left.
No, I don't want any of them. Just draft a draft a 6th-round quarterback and let AR sink or swim.
I'm not wasting a pick on a quarterback this year.
If it's a 6-7 rounder,
that's a defensive player we could use.
What have we been doing for the last 5 years with 6th or 7th-round draft picks?
Drafting DBs that actually end up being good.
Zach, you're right. You are right in a sense. You are right in a sense, but I'm gonna tell you something. That's not gonna happen.
No, of course not. It never does. Indianapolis doesn't do anything logical. But I'm just saying.
Logical. The Giants gave him $40 million. Was that logical?
No, they should have paid Saquon.
Yeah. So
I just look at it like people are like, well, you got Bean. Hey, I love Bean, but he's not ready. He ain't ready yet, man. So.
I'm not. To me, I don't care. Put Sam Bean at number 2. It ain't about the backup being ready. I don't care about a backup quarterback.
You can't sit here and tell me the Colts want to compete. We're going to bring in competition for AR and then put Jason Bean out there. No.
Who the Colts put at backup quarterback isn't going to tell me shit.
Right.
Who the Colts bring in on this defense as the defensive coordinator and continue to add talent to this roster will tell me what we're trying to do, not backup quarterback.
So they're going to add Danny Dimes to this roster, and he's going to compete with AR, bro.
We add Danny Dimes, bro.
We add Danny Dimes to this roster. I'm gonna be convinced that we got a mental illness going on in that Colts franchise building.
Just brace yourself. Just brace yourself in case that happens.
Okay, if we do that.
Bring in Riley Leonard. That's who Danny Dimes is, Josh. Josh. This is a beautiful comparison.
Yeah, but at least you can draft Riley Leonard and pay him like nothing.
You ain't got to pay Danny Dimes a damn thing this year. New York Jets are paying him $22 million.
No, he's getting paid some money.
Zach, this might be the craziest thing I ever hear you argue about.
That's why I said. That's why I kept it in the closet. That's why I didn't say nothing, because I knew y'all would be like way mad.
Well, let's put it back in the closet. Let's get to some comments.
I've been a hardcore Danny Dimes fan for since he came out of college at Duke, bro. I was all like, this guy.
I can't do it, dog. If I gotta go from watching AR, who I can deal with because we picked him at number 4 overall, to Danny Dimes play football, I'm gonna kill myself. Fuck that, dude. I'm okay.
Hey, I respect it. I ain't mad at it, but I'm just like, that's why I don't tell people that, I'm a Danny Dimes fanboy, big time, because people be all like, what?
An 80-yard run, and he tripped on his own feet. That'd be the most cool thing to have.
They need to score an 80-yard touchdown, dog, with nobody near him.
That's why I called him Vanilla Vic, because Mike Vick used to do that, and everyone would be all like, oh, he's the GOAT. And I was all like,
No,
Okay.
Vic only did it because he didn't know how to slide. He wasn't falling, just in open field. Hey, but Lewis say here, I live in New York, went to the Colts Giants game, got Grove and Z autograph. Lots of Colts fans were there. We were letting the Colts have it as they walked off the field. One of the worst games I went to with that much on the line. I mean, come on, man. We're grown men. Yeah, it was definitely an ugly one. We go to every game every year. Went to last year's game when AR got hurt for the Titans. Ooh, that's tough. Zach is from Indy. Trev was born in Indy, and that's about it that we got there.
Since 95.
Nice. What up, Josh? Flacco was a bum. Totally walked past everyone. Stone Cold face. Didn't even acknowledge kids. Piece of shit. Oh, man. Josh said, Daniel Jones to the Colts ain't no way.
I mean, probably not, but
Let's bring
I'm just
Brissett
saying.
back. Get rid of Sam, keep Bean, and then bring in Riley Leonard, Josh said. Yeah, let's move on from the backup, man. I'm telling y'all right now, bro. I don't care about no backup quarterback. I really don't. We've already done it with Minshew and Flacco. We've had it with several other guys. I don't.
There's
care.
a guy.
Bro,
You think they bring back Minshew?
He's had a full reconstructive shoulder surgery. Ain't no way.
Bro, they just do. We got that with AR.
Yeah, but AR, at least he had an arm before the surgery. Minshew never had one. Now he needs surgery.
That's fair.
Shit.
That's fair.
You gonna put Minshew as a backup? You might as well hire DeMarco. Yeah, I'll be the fucking backup.
I got you, bro. We Uncle Rico that. I'll send that shit to Indianapolis.
But Damon, you got new DC labeled as your name on there. Let's jump into that conversation a little bit. So far we got 5 defensive coordinators that we requested or we have looked to interview. We got Dennis Allen on that list, Ephraim Banda on there, Brown's secondary coach, Lou Anarumo, former Bengals defensive coordinator, Steve Wilkes, who's been the 49ers defensive coordinator, head coach of the Carolina Panthers. And then we also former head coach of the Carolina Panthers, I should say, and then also got the highly touted on there Wink Martindale, DC of the Michigan Wolverines. What's your thoughts, man? What's the new DC thoughts? What brought that to mind? What we got?
I've done a lot of thinking about it, and I like Wilkes on our staff a lot. I think that kind of character, that kind of personality is what's been missing in Indy. I don't doubt Wink could be that kind of guy. I know we've talked in private a lot about how I feel about Wink Martindale. I mean Wink, but like my problem is like a lot of these guys did get fired for logical reasons. For an example, Gus Bradley, right? He gets all this love for this Legion of Boom defense that if you actually watch Seattle football, you would know he did not create. Dan Quinn evolved that defense. Gus Bradley was there for the preliminary stages. He sucked at every job he's ever had. He's never been successful as a head coach. He's never been successful as a defensive coordinator. That's where I want to go next. However, I do think that Wilkes did get a kind of a weird exit in San Fran. I don't know if it was directly performance related. I do know that very similar to Lou.
They said it was results related, and then they hired a guy that was worse.
You see where I'm going with this? So, and a lot of people, I mean, even Carolina fans were outraged when Wilkes didn't get the head coaching job because of how good he did as a head coach, and he kind of brought the locker room back together. So, just what I'm kind of thinking about. I don't know. I'll be interested to hear what Zach has to say.
Believe it or not, my 2 choices are Wilkes, just because I really think, like, you're right. I think the way and because he's aggressive. Like, I guess his cover 3 is a very aggressive cover 3 where he likes to, blitz and bring some pressure more so than previous cover 3s. And then I also think, believe it or not, Dennis Allen is going to be a name to keep an eye on. I really think those are going to be the 2, at least right now. Those are the 2 front runners.
Repeat those one more time, Jack.
He said Wilkes and
Dennis Allen.
Dennis Allen.
I think Wilkes is, in my opinion, that's the guy who I want. And just because if you're going to run the defense, why not run the same thing? And then the only thing I've been asking for is that the Colts be a little bit more aggressive with it. And that's what Wilkes does. Wilkes, blitzes a ton from a cover 3 look and then plays a lot more man. And out of a cover 3 look than most. And then Dennis Allen, because whether you like Dennis Allen as a coach, he's been a terrible head coach, but he's always been a pretty consistent defensive coordinator, at least coaching secondary, and that's where the Colts need their help is in the secondary. Anything beyond that, I think is completely wide open. And I was beating the table for Wink, but if you hire a guy like Wink, I believe that's going to be a full-on defensive overhaul.
Personnel change
like
completely.
Because you're going from a base 4-3 back in front to a 3-4, 3-3-5. Backers are now pass rushers. Linebackers are now safeties, and safeties are now
I agree.
crazy rare athletes that they don't make enough of for you to field a quality defense.
I don't think a 3-4 and what he's going to run is not the direction that the league is heading either, in my opinion.
Right.
You start to see the running back become a very important position again.
No,
you know what I mean?
It's too high safety league now.
Yeah, it's too high safety league now completely, and you got to be flexible, bring a man down in the box and drop him back in coverage, or send him the rain. So I just don't think he's I don't think he runs a very NFL friendly defense anymore. Excuse me.
I mean, it's crazy that you guys say we're a too high league now, and pretty much everybody runs too high to try and limit the deep ball and the deep play and stuff like that, and we still gave that shit up.
Yeah.
I was told, so there was a post that was told to rank them off. And I kind of like where you guys are heading on some things. I will say I disagree on a little bit. But this is the way I had ranked them. And I'll give you a little reason why. You guys should kind of think about it and kind of, elaborate or agree to disagree on what I had here. So ranking the top, the defensive coordinators that we had listed so far, I had Lou Anarumo being number one. The reason I like Lou Anarumo is because of his adjustments. I thought his adjustments were one of the best in the league as far as game to game, whichever quarterback, whatever players you're facing that week. I love the way he adjusts. I know it didn't look good for the last couple of years, but we got to remember that the Bengals were really offensively favored. And when he did have talent on that roster, he clearly was one of the best defensive coordinators in the league. Number two, I had Wilkes. I love Wilkes' energy. I just thought that he was very similar to what we already run, like you guys have said and talked about. But I think his energy is much better. I think he's more accountable to guys. I think pretty much every defense that he had was much better tackling. The way that they played was more consistent. Didn't really see too many issues there. And almost pretty much the couple times that he's had a team and been the temporary head coach, his teams were motivated and ready to play. So I don't even know why he didn't get a job the one time he was an interim. Number three was Dennis Allen. I'm kind of iffy on Allen, and I'll tell you why. I love the fact where any defense he's gone to, they immediately jump. He gets one of the best defenses in the league all the time. Now, the problem that I do have with Allen is just the fact that all of his teams have been loaded with talent. You go look at some of the teams that he's coached, it's really a lot of talent on there, and I'm kind of scared that we won't necessarily get that same talent that he's going to be able to coach, and how will it work out? But I do believe he's a really good coach, and I love his history and what he's able to do. So that's why I put Allen at number 3. I got Wink at number 4. I do believe he is the lowest rated that I would have on there just because of the whole thing that we just discussed as far as the blitzing. Me personally, I think in this day and age, I hate blitzing. I think
I hate it.
I mean, I don't want to say I hate blitzing, actually. It's just situational blitzes and just being more creative with your blitz. Like if you watch the Chiefs game versus Houston just now, the
all
times when the Chiefs
bro.
When the Chiefs would blitz, their players could make up plays. You didn't see too many times where CJ would be throwing off his back foot, and I think it was like 1 for 5 maybe or something like that when he had the blitz. But most times he didn't make those plays. I feel like the Colts would be that team. We're blitzing like crazy, and guys just end up wide open. Like I just don't believe that blitz heavy scheme is going to work for us. And just like you guys said, I think it's pretty much kind of outdated. And then I had Banda on here ranked last, and it's really just due to the inexperience. You don't really know what you're going to get out of him, being a DC, because he hasn't done it before yet on the NFL level. As far as I know, he is a secondaries coach, which is positive. just because from his experience, he'll want to play from the front to the back end. Being able to keep those DBs right, but he'll have guys in the right position. He'll know how to coach them up and get things right. So those were the way that I had them rated. I had Lou Anarumo, Steve Wilkes, Dennis Allen, Mark Wink Martindale, and Banda was number 5.
I think that's probably a good list. The only reason why I don't have Lou Anarumo on there is like, does he have a defined scheme? And I guess that's probably not, because that's probably good at coaching. Like he doesn't have a defined scheme because he coaches the players that he has and works a scheme that fits them the best.
Absolutely.
So, in a way, that's an awesome positive. But so in that aspect, I certainly wouldn't be mad with Lou Anarumo. I just didn't put him on my list because he's, a guy that, my father being a Bengals fan, a diehard Bengals fan, I have seen his defense, and it's progressively gotten worse every year. Now, it's gotten worse every year because Cincinnati's not re-signing defensive talent, so is leaving. But if you give him some consistent defensive talent, I do believe you're right, DeMarco. He could be legit. That could be a legit, and I have no problem with it. But I really like Wilkes. Like I really like him because yes, it's a cover 3 scheme, but you guys talk about don't like blitzing. Well, when he does blitz, it's simulated pressures. It's third down blitzing. You just don't know where it's coming from. It's very much old Blitzburg defense. Just ran out of a 4-3 front. So
yeah, those were my 1 and 2.
I wouldn't be, if 1, 2, or 3 on your list, I wouldn't be mad if any of those guys got hired. Like straight up. Nobody. If they hire Wink, I truly believe it's because they believe it's a full-on rebuild, and Ballard's got more than a year.
And I do want to say to everybody out there as well, Banda was just number 5 due to inexperience. I do like the fact that he's a young and up-and-coming coordinator. So it wouldn't be somebody that I'm totally out on. A new face is always good as well, a new fresh face. So that's also another thing. David, did you hear my 5?
Yep, I heard him. I was in there for that. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. You had any comments or thoughts on that? Lou Anarumo,
nope.
Steve Wilkes,
Banda. Do y'all think we add anybody to the mix? Because this is Shane's decision at the end of the day, so that's what's going to make the. I think that's what's going to be interesting because we really don't know what he's looking for in a DC.
I believe that we may not even stop interviews. I think this could go well into the conference championship game and the playoffs for both sides, just because I think we're going to be so thorough. So I do think we will see a few more names on this list.
Now, my question is there anybody, because Shane still got connections with the Chargers and Philadelphia. Like, I know we don't like doing this, and I joke and kid, but is there anybody on the Philadelphia staff do you think that could possibly come over and is ready to be a DC?
No, because the majority of that team that was there with him left.
Right.
Yeah, because a lot of that defense went with Gannon to
Arizona.
Yeah.
I was just about to say, and Sirianni hasn't even hired his own head coaches. His new OC, Kellen Moore, and his DC, forgetting the name, he didn't hire either of them.
Right. So that's where I'm curious on, are we waiting to interview Aaron Glenn? Like, does he even want a defensive spot?
No, he's head coach. He's going purely head
Vic
coach.
Fangio. Vic Fangio's a DC. And
in Philly. So that's what
I wouldn't be surprised if we went like I said before, I had named the Chiefs defensive line coach. I wouldn't be surprised if we tried to get an interview with him.
You think there's an outside team? Like, is there? Well, my thing is there anybody in Washington, anybody in Detroit, like the next man up? Like, that's the thing. I don't know. I figured this by me personally, I thought we'd have a DC by the end of this week, and I'm kind of amazed we don't, because I wouldn't be
surprised if it take longer. I think this is going to be a very thorough search. But
like, the Senior Bowl is happening next week, or no?
I was just telling you. I think it was before we came on. The Falcons just hired Jeff Ulbrich. So. To go over there to Atlanta. So I wouldn't be surprised if we did hire somebody, but I also wouldn't be surprised if it took a little bit longer, just because, like, you got Dan Quinn's defense over there with Washington. I wouldn't be surprised to see us pull a name from over there that nobody's thought of and stuff like that. So.
There's like no up and coming defensive coordinators, like none. Every hot new coach is offensive.
I think there's still some. I think they're just not to the general public is
I mean,
like
well, the reason why I say that the big name on
names that most.
the big name on defense is Aaron Glenn. And I mean, he's not gonna take a lateral move. I wouldn't either. Like, but like you don't hear any more hyped up defensive coaches. It's all, you
No,
know,
Steve Spagnuolo's hyped up. He's getting some interviews.
homie's like 88.
Yeah, but he's getting interviews for head coaching jobs.
Is he really?
Yeah,
Bro's like, he said last year he would never leave Andy Reid. He's gonna be his DC until
I
they both
mean,
retire.
like I said, if like
Spags
look,
been a head
so
coach before, right?
it's not
Yeah.
necessary. Yeah, and he
Right.
was terrible at it.
Yeah,
So
he's
it
bad.
was
Trash.
just, yeah, so it's just like you were just asking about hot names. I'm just saying, like
Right.
once you become one of those teams or your team is consistently in the playoffs, that's where the hot name comes from. The
Right,
names
that's
that I'm
fair.
talking about is names like Ephraim Banda with the Cleveland Browns. These are names that aren't going to necessarily be known to the fans who just watching the game because they're not necessarily talking about, oh, defensive backs coach all the time unless it's our own team. So that's the only one that I've seen there. But I brought up a bunch of names that I could see or like for the Colts to go after.
Who's the DC in Denver? You think he would leave Denver and come to Indy? Vance Joseph?
No, yeah, Vance Joseph. No, I don't think any. That's why I wanted to kind of name some guys that are behind the scenes because I don't think any DC is going to take a lateral move.
You don't think so?
to
It's going to have to
come
be
DC.
okay. It's either going to have to be a old guy who got fired and then is looking for another job, or it's going to be some new up and comer, which is fair.
Because
Totally fair.
the only way that I could think of the lateral move is if Gannon would have stayed in Philly. I would have thought maybe he could, jump with Shea.
Jump over, yeah.
That would have been about it, though.
Because that's me. I mean, that's what I'm asking. Is there anybody who's connected? Because Shane's got connections to Philly, and I don't know if there's any soul left in Philadelphia. Anybody on that coaching staff from that Super Bowl run or that isn't either in Arizona or Philadelphia. I mean,
I would have only thought that maybe
who's the special teams coach?
if we would have fired Ballard, I would have guessed that maybe we could have went after a Philly, assistant general manager, somebody over there.
Hey,
I think that could have happened.
Y'all know
we
my
didn't fire
theory.
Ballard.
Y'all know my theory with the Colts in Philadelphia. I've explained it to you guys 100 times. But, like, I truly believe they're the same franchise. They're just one's out east, one's in the Midwest.
Well, one wins Super Bowls, one goes to Super Bowl, one acquires free agents, and wins
One
playoff games,
doesn't,
and one doesn't.
I mean, one owner's involved in the community and one eats pills. So, like, pretty close.
All right, Lewis saying, why in the world do we not rerun kickoffs? What the fuck are we doing or back there for if we're not trying to run them for a game? Why are we all just content with starting at the 30? I can't stand rule is pretty good at showing it. I mean, Giants game return the opening kickoff to start the second half, and we do the next kickoff. Absolutely not a thing. Why don't we even try? You never know if you don't try. What are you guys' thoughts on that? I think coaches really love field position. So to them, unless returning the kick is more valuable. So say like if you decide to fair catch a kick, even if it went in the end zone or whatever, if you started at your own 10-yard line rather than returning it, then it'd probably be more valuable, or your 15-yard line or something, because you don't want to be pinned down on your own end. So until coaches see more value in it, they're not necessarily going to value the return unless a coach is preaching it because they really like returns. But the risk that you take with the return of a fumble, penalty, getting backed up, whatever it may be, coaches are always going to be less likely to return kicks. And for safety issues, you don't want your backup corner to get hurt on a goddamn kickoff.
Yeah, that's all it comes down to, field position.
Yeah.
Why would I return anything when I can get it at the 25 to 30-yard line immediately from just catching it in the end zone?
Gold was a little underutilized this year, but in preseason he could not hold on to the ball. Into the regular season he had drops, and then he got hurt. So I just think collectively we probably walked away from that.
For sure. Nathan is saying here, guys, bash me if you want. 1 year, Braden, $18 million. Cut him, save the money. Cut Samson, Ebelcom, save money. Cut Davis, save money, more money, free agency.
Well, Davis is a free agent. Ibukam's a free agent.
Did we not give Davis a 2-year deal?
It's a 1-year deal. And if it is a 2-year deal, you can get out of it. Like I fully expect Davis to probably get cut. Real calling. The only one who I have no problem getting rid of in all of this is Braden Smith because you know how old he is.
31, right?
He's injury bug, man. Like bad. So I have no problem moving on from Braden Smith. Ibukam, I'm pretty sure he's coming off an injury, but I'm also pretty sure he doesn't have a contract because of that injury. So if he comes back, the Colts can get him on the cheap if they want to go that route.
I believe he got 1 year left.
Tell you a 3-year deal, right?
Yeah, 3-year deal.
Ibukam?
Yeah.
I don't even
36.
know. Yeah.
Really? I don't even know. So
he's got 1 year left.
I'd be perfectly content with moving on 2 out of 3 of them. I just don't like. For me, you can never have enough big bodies up front. So Davis, while he didn't do nothing, he's a warm body, and I don't want to kill Grove, even though I believe Grove could play every snap. Grove deserves a break, but yeah, I have no problem with this, Nathan. If you really want to move on from all 3 of them, move on from all 3 of them, and save that money. Yeah, to me, I have zero problem with this because anybody's better than Taven Bryant, and you can find guys like him. You know, pass rushing, I believe. You lost Sampson. You have Latu. You can probably go out and find more vets if that's the route you want to go and plug and play that way. And then
now that Gus is gone, I'm hoping we don't ever see Taven Bryant again.
That's facts. And then Braden Smith, I do agree. I think Gonzalez is a hell of a tackle. Still a little weak. Needs to hit a weight room. But beyond that, he proved he could compete and play in the league. Yeah, I understand. 100% agree, Nathan. I don't hate this. I'm usually your biggest critic, but I don't hate this at all. This is, for me, I do this 10 out of 10 times.
I would keep Sampson till after, spring training and kind of see where he's at because, we need that competition at edge unless obviously we can somehow steal Abdul Carter out of the draft.
Can't. Got to get Tyler Warren.
I mean, if Abdul Carter is there, I'm taking him.
But when he's tight end,
I just stated that last week.
I would be so pissed. I would be pissed if we went and took Abdul Carter after taking Latu. You don't understand. I would be hot mad.
Why?
Because then I looked at it like you wasted a pick on Latu because Abdul Carter is better than Latu already.
Yeah, but Latu would be the future piece. It would be Kwity Paye. It would be Kwity Paye who would be door out.
I understand.
You have Abdul Carter and Latu. What you mean?
I'd be mad as hell, bro. Because could have used that pick. Could have used that pick on Bowers and traded up and got Bowers. I mean, there's could have took Verse. Yeah, dude. There we go.
Yeah, take the guy who had a half a sack more.
Okay, let me say that because let me say this.
Diabolical. Yes.
I'm gonna pull the stats. If you watch a single LA game, they're having to put 2 or 3 guys on Verse to hold him up on one side of the field.
Yeah,
he is an animal.
They did that to Latu all the time. He had a tackle and a tight end doubling him.
But he's got Fisk right next to him.
Completely different.
Exactly. He got Braden Fisk right next to him. He got Kobe Turner right next to him. He got another tackle right next to him. He's got a defensive coordinator that can blitz. He's got DBs that can actually make a quarterback hold on to the ball.
Verse better.
Oh,
end of story.
My God,
at least right now.
So you're telling me
we should take Verse.
That Verse is better after playing 25% more snaps, only having a half a sack more, and having, I think it was maybe 30 pressures more. Are you kidding me? Can we relax? Like, Jesus, man. Like, I get it. I like Verse 2. He was my number 2 edge. No, number 3. He was my number 3 edge. But, like, we're saying guys are better for having a half a sack more. Like, we acting like dude was an all-pro and had 11 sacks.
He's probably going to go to the Pro Bowl.
He didn't even have the 7 that Will Anderson had last year. Are we serious?
I mean, I don't really.
I mean, he looks good. That's all I'm gonna say.
I don't really care. I just
everybody in the playoffs looks good.
I saw the argument.
Jeez.
This is me just creating chaos. I'm sorry, guys. Like I'm
No,
it's
okay.
I knew the minute I said that. I knew the minute I said that DeMarco was gonna get pissed.
No, it's because I went back and forth with Colts fans the whole day that the Rams were playing, and after he had a scoop and score that he didn't even get the sack for, and people just went nuts. And I'm like, bro, like, can we relax? Like, if he was head and shoulders better, like if the stats just were, oh my god, like he played hella more. If they had similar playing time,
I know it takes pass
like,
rushers. It takes pass rushers more time, I think,
that's what I'm saying.
to integrate in the league. But
it would be nice to have instant gratification at a position you draft early under Ballard, because like
realistic, bro.
Outside of like Quentin Nelson, like and JT, Ballard
was banged up. JT was hurt.
Ballard doesn't have like instant gratification as draft picks. So I understand what you're talking about, DeMarco, because like you're right. It's not that different. He's played a hella more snaps, like way more snaps. But like the impact that rookie brings immediately, the hype surround it. Colts fans don't have that because everything, like you said earlier when we were discussing things off here, it literally takes 2 or 3 years before we start to see the fruits of the labor under Chris Ballard and draft picks.
And that's exactly why, Zach, you heard me say if Abdul Carter made to 14, I would take him. But I argue with you that whole time saying to take Tyler Warren when we came on, because I'm like, you need to take who's going to be the most effective day one,
right?
And no more of this. Oh, this first or second round draft pick needs to develop. Everybody else's first round of draft picks and second round draft picks, they go play. The Colts, they develop for 3 years.
Yeah.
So
you're right.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, even if you would have put Jared Verse on the Colts, he would have played 20% of the snaps, 30-40% of the snaps.
They'd have done the exact same thing that they did with Latu. So
that's what I'm saying, bro. It's that big of a difference. And I'm not trying to hate on Verse. I think he's really good, but I just think that when people say Latu was a bust, I'm like, bro, chill.
Well, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah, Latu ain't a bust.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like,
that's. I don't know where you watch him and see bust. You know what I mean?
He's just small. He's just little. Like that's what hurts Latu. Like he's not. Like what I like about
not even little. He just don't play.
Well, fair. Well, like Verse is built like Verse. You can see his body is.
He built like Max Crosby,
right?
Max Crosby.
And Latu, just for whatever reason, isn't. I think it's he's got that basketball player playing rush end, where he's just long and lengthy and like super strong, but he just doesn't look like it. So.
He also got to expand his repertoire too. I will say that's the thing that Verse probably has over him is the fact that he can rush from speed to power when he gets stopped. Latu is still just going with that cross chop a lot of the time. So again, I
doesn't
think
have
that
another
comes
move.
That's that thing from coming from playing time too, to where he's not really getting to develop a second move because he's only playing a certain amount of down. But yeah. I'm just saying what I would do. I would keep Samson just for that competition. Like I said, unless we get that draft pick, Davis, like Zach said, we do need big bodies. So I don't know about cutting him. I mean, if you can get another tackle, then yeah. But like I said here last year, Colts fans, because we were just talking about Verse and stuff, I said the Colts should draft Braden Fitz last year. Just throwing that out there.
You did.
And then we can absolutely cut. Braden Smith because we already got a tackle and get another swing.
Any update about what happened with him or what's?
Bro, I think his knee. He's got like tendonitis in his knee, bro. Like bad. Like the stuff that ended Todd Gurley's career early. Because like Todd Gurley just now turned 30, and I'm trying to wrap my brain around it. Like, dude would still be playing in the league. Like, the thing that ended Todd Gurley's career, I guess, is happening to Braden, where he's got real bad arthritis in his knees. And, as an offensive lineman, like, especially playing tackle, like, that's where footwork and knees are essentially your breadwinners. And once your knees go bad, it's 100% harder. I mean, you could probably try him at right guard, but I don't even know if he can move. Like, if he's any type of athleticism to do that.
But if it's something medical, why would they not disclose that? Because
I was just about to say, I think it's something else.
Non-exempt list. Yeah.
Who knows? But it's Indianapolis. They lied to us about Andrew, so they lied to us about anything. They lied to us about AR. We got bench AR. Why? different reason, but why are we benching the kid? So who knows? I don't take anything Indianapolis says serious about injuries because odds are it's not, or it's completely serious and they don't want it to get out.
Nathan is saying here our linebacker room is trash, including Franklin.
I agree.
I like Jay Carlisle, so
Well, I do like Carlisle.
I also don't even think Franklin's trash. I just think he had some terrible games this year.
He's a liability in coverage.
I also like Alubi.
Oh, my dude.
Alubi's not bad.
Alubi's a dog, man. When he gets out there,
he's not bad. Stewart too. He played like a dog. I like the way he played. Mike Love is saying here, y'all really believe it's Shane's decision? Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, if I'm about to probably get fired because everybody hates our GM, I for damn sure want to hire my own guy. So,
if anything, it takes the pressure off of Chris in the process of doing so. So
exactly,
yeah.
Let the DC turn out to be terrible. Ballard's gonna, we got it wrong.
This was his guy.
Yeah, this wasn't me. We got it wrong, but we got to be more critical in our thinking about who we bring in. So.
Okay, Lou says the Ravens are going to win the Super Bowl. They'll be Buffalo, Kansas City, then the Lions guaranteed $100 straight up. Anyone want to bet? I'm not a betting man, but go Detroit.
Detroit's going to have to beat Washington first, bro. That's all I'm going to say.
I'm not Washington. I'm not watching Washington right now.
Washington giving them a dog fight right now.
Dayton Dale's just.
Hey,
man.
I didn't know he was this good at LSU, but
what do you mean? He's a Heisman Trophy winner.
I don't want to watch SEC football. It's just
garbage. He was this good at ASU, bro.
Like I didn't watch anything in Arizona State. I was up way too late.
Who was that against? They lost. I think it was against Alabama, or it was either Bama or someone. His junior senior year. And I think he got hurt in the third quarter, and bro had like 220 rushing yards and like 300 passing yards.
Shut up!
Oh no, that was against Florida.
Was that against Florida?
That was Florida.
Bro, they could not get the man off the field. Bro, he had
he was whooping our
rushing yards.
Our ass,
he had like 70-yard touchdown run, 80-yard touchdown run, 60-yard. Dude, he could not be stopped.
Dude weigh like 10 pounds soaking wet, and we couldn't tackle him. We could not get him to the
good on him.
All night.
I mean, hey, it's been a pleasure watching him play this year in Washington. So, like, if Washington won, I wouldn't be mad. Obviously, I didn't think he was
insane if they won.
Absolutely, but like
crazy upset.
Yeah, someone said he's rookie of the year. Who else are you going to give it to? It's got to be Jaden Daniels, rookie of the year.
Give it to Brock Bowers.
Maybe.
Hey, underrated pick.
Colts could have had him.
They traded also saying Jelani Woods and Juju get the hell out of here. They made a paper.
I agree. No more. If ands or buts, you're gone.
You don't want paper mache on the Colts? Nope. I feel that. Matt Gay sucks.
Also saying Matt Gay sucks. We should have kept McLaughlin. Wouldn't have minded a few years back when they were leaking Baker with us. Duke can play and is a competitor.
Hey, Damon, you agree with this? Go ahead, give us your sentiments and thoughts on this, my guy. Does Matt Gay suck?
Yeah, he does. Hey,
I agree.
Don't forget that was our key free agent addition 2 years ago.
22 million.
That was our key free agent acquisition.
Highest paid kicker in the league.
And he has won one game.
We got the best free kicker in free agency.
I paid the kicker $8 million.
Oh, wow. Lions just almost got it all.
Yeah. I mean, just but the Baker thing was
makes me mad.
Was cheap.
That makes me mad because
Baker was down and he felt disrespected by Ballard's offer that he put on the table and walked and said, I'll take my chances somewhere else.
He said he wanted to come to Indianapolis. No one ever wants to come to Indianapolis. And Baker and his wife said they wanted to come to Indianapolis.
Matt Ryan wanted to come to Indianapolis.
Matt Ryan got traded. He didn't want to come here. No one ever
choice, bro.
No one wants to come to Indianapolis.
No, he had a no trade clause. He waived it to come here. He wanted to come to Indy.
Really?
That's
I didn't
such
know.
A nightmare.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So stop saying nobody wanted to come to Indy. I'm tired of hearing about this. Baker was coming off that hurt shoulder. Didn't nobody want Baker Mayfield ass? So I'm tired of sitting here looking 50-50.
I'm saying he wanted to come here.
I'm just saying hindsight is 50-50.
I want to know
That's all I'm saying.
I just need Baker to tell me what the offer was. Was it like 2 years, $36 million, like a year for 15? Because give me everything of Baker Mayfield now.
2 years, 16, 2 years, 32 million.
That's cheap. That's cheap. I mean, he signed for Tampa for what? 3 years, $100 million. I'm not saying I'd not give him that, obviously, coming off shoulder surgery, but
He plays like Adam Sandler.
No, I don't even
Longest
think.
Yard,
I don't even.
You know what I mean?
I don't even think Tampa gave him 3 years, 100 million. I think that was the second deal.
yeah, no, the
I
first
think
deal.
it was originally. I think it was like 1 year, like 25 million. Or something.
Yeah, I want to know what the first year deal was with Ballard. What was it like? 1 year, 88,000 league minimum, like 88K, motherfucker.
Hey, you got to play for free, Baker.
Yeah,
We like our guys here.
yeah, yeah.
But
That makes me mad.
Matt Gay definitely sucks. I don't think we should have kept McLaughlin either because he still sucks if you haven't seen him this year. And then with the Baker thing, I was not high on Baker.
Hey, isn't Schroeder kicking in the playoffs now for the Chiefs? Huh?
No, Butker's back.
Harrison Butker's back.
Yeah.
But he's still on the Chiefs though, right?
No, he got cut again.
Damn, poor guy.
And he wasn't even the second kicker that they called. He was the third.
Was he a Jet, or am I just making stuff up?
Yeah, he was a Jet. They took him from the Jets practice squad. This dude been getting passed around more than goddamn me and Khalifa, bro.
Bro got cut. Facts. Bro got cut more times than like anybody in the league this year.
Yeah.
Get signed by Colts on Monday.
Here, I see the Colts taking a third-round linebacker.
Don't do it.
I mean, let me see. Who would I even have? Because I started getting my list together for all y'all, just so y'all know I got my draft list starting to come together. But if I had to look at third-round linebacker.
There's that kid from Alabama, the inside linebacker. Where's Zero? He's a second round.
He's definitely not going in the third round. That's Jahad Campbell. He's
coming off a knee injury, though. You don't think you could slip because he's coming off ACL?
Is he coming off an ACL?
Oh, he was on crutches when they played Michigan. Like, homie was not like all braced up. He was not playing.
Then maybe he could, but do you really want to take another injured guy?
Well, that's Ballard's specialty. I don't make those decisions.
Third round pick would probably be like Samuel Mondin from Georgia.
The inside linebacker?
He might be a pass rusher.
Bro, I just get a safety and make him play linebacker anymore. Like, I feel like that's the thing.
Nah, too little. Lions already scored.
Oof.
Cody Simon. That'd probably be something like that, but I don't think I'd go for it. Out of Ohio State.
Dan Skipper catches a touchdown?
No. Laporta. And you said you didn't want to tight end.
He's not a first-round pick, so I don't mind it. But
damn near 30, 33, 34 or something like that.
That's fair.
And you see that with the one hand extended? Oh my God, look at Tyler Warren in the Colts uniform. Look at that one hand.
I mean, we can only hope and dream. If he's the dude, that's the dude.
Lou said we made Drew Lock look like fucking Andrew Luck in the damn Giants game. Where's Rodrigo Blankenship? I want to say Rigo just signed to like a Canadian team or something like that.
No,
or
I'm looking right now.
Or a USFL team, something like that. He just
Birmingham.
Just signed to a XFL team. No, not Birmingham. He can come to the Stallions. I think he went to the Battlehawks. St. Louis.
St. Louis Battlehawks.
Yeah, he just signed with the Battlehawks.
Yeah. I mean, so Ballard didn't get it completely wrong with these kickers, but he gave Matt Gay way too much money. Way too much.
He makes $1 million a kick for the Battlehawks. He's the highest paid kicker in the league.
$1 million a kick?
Bro, he makes $940,000 to kick for the St. Louis Battlehawks. That's basically a freaking million.
Oh, no.
Ain't no way.
Oh, you meant $1 million to kick.
To kick.
I thought you meant every kick is $1 million.
I was
about to say, hey, bro, I gotta go break work on my kicks.
Are they getting those kind of contracts?
Bro, they got TV money. I mean, wouldn't
They're
shock
not.
me.
They're not big deals, Damon. Most of them don't really have a lot.
They're all signing bonus deals. Blue needs to
Yeah.
change his name to Blue. Like, I thought he spelled it Blue.
It is. That's what
Like-
he's saying. It needs to be changed to like Blue Chew.
Like Blue to lead, like Blue. Terrible.
Nathan is saying here,
How
how
many
many
years again?
years does Gay got left?
2?
2 years.
Did he
If
really sign?
it was up to me, he'd have about 5 minutes left.
Well, it depends on the Matt Gay you're getting. Like, are we
No,
getting
it don't depend on nothing.
like, are we getting like
No,
Matt
we're
Gay
gonna-
and the Rams Matt Gay, who was like at one point in time really, really good kicker for them? Or are we getting
we're gonna get the guy that's injured every 2 minutes.
well then yeah, you can move on.
Oh yeah, I'm healthy, I'm kicking, I'm good. And then next thing you know, oh miss. Oh, I don't feel good. My head
Guess what
hurts.
other former
My knee
Colts
hurts.
signed with the Battlehawks this offseason? Komoko
Deion
Ture.
Kane.
Komoko
Komoko Ture.
Ture.
Wow.
Hey, you know what's crazy about Komoko, bro? When we played the Chiefs in the
Ashley loves
playoffs,
him.
when we played the Chiefs in the playoffs in 2019, bro, I really thought he was about to be a dog, like one of the best edge rushers in the league. And then he broke his damn leg, and he just fell, bro.
He was the one that broke Patrick Mahomes' kneecap on that on that QB sneak versus the Colts when we beat him on that Monday night game, or whatever the heck it was, when Marlon Mack went crazy.
I mean,
and ran for
dislocated.
him. Yeah, broke,
Yeah.
dislocated, same thing. I mean,
Yeah.
he still played, but yeah, Coco.
Marvell Tell had like a perfect PFF rating.
Yeah,
I mean, geez, dude. I mean, we had some guys
He
we
wrote
really
his
thought was
career.
going to be good.
Because he sat
COVID,
out the COVID
he
year.
sat out that COVID
Out
year
the
and
COVID year.
screwed his entire career.
Teray broke his leg, and then Tell sat out, and then
Yeah. What's Marvell Tell doing now?
Oh,
I
he's
think
out.
he went.
I don't
I
think
think
he's
he
been a
went back
league.
to college.
no,
Really?
he got a really good job making some chicken.
Marvell Tell. What?
Fast food restaurant, bro.
Damn.
He played for the Bengals in 22-23. So he was out of the league.
That's
Looks like for a
right.
year.
I
and then
told
came
Dad he
back
was
for
a
1 year.
bum. I was like, this dude's a bum. And Dad goes, what happened? I was like, COVID. He sat out. Oh, I don't want him. He made the roster.
Yeah, man.
mean-
So
They had who's the DB? They had Eli Apple there for a while. He's got like, he might be the worst defensive back in Colts or in NFL history. Like Eli Apple.
cook.
Yeah. Besides that dude from the Colts that everyone used to make fun of.
Craig Toller.
Yeah, bro. I think he's up there with him, like worst DB, like PFF wise ever.
Craig Toller was so bad, bro.
Oh my god, bro! Every time, it didn't matter who the receiver was, bro. It was go run a go route to his side, bro. Run the go route. It's over with.
Grigson traded picks for him. They give up a second round pick for him.
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
That make you feel good, don't it? Hooker's with Dallas.
He's still with Dallas. I think he might be becoming a free agent.
They gave him a 2-year deal a couple years back. So let me see, because they resigned. I remember he was kind of like a fringe guy. Then he got a good contract.
I do remember him jumping off sides and versus Buffalo in the playoffs.
We're way off.
Man,
We are way off. He signed a 2-year deal in 2022, and then this last offseason, they gave him a 3-year extension.
Malik
Terry
Hooker?
McLaurin, gone
Another 2
touchdown.
years.
Hey, I played high school football against Terry McLaurin. And when I tell you that dude was nasty, I mean, he was nasty. I was a senior in high
guess
school.
what?
I was
Guess what? He's
What?
still nasty in the NFL.
I was a senior in high school. And Terry McLaurin had 6 catches for 336 yards and 5 touchdowns. My team was the number 1 team.
So what is
in the
y'all
state of the
do?
union.
Y'all just put them at the 1 yard line and let them go deep every play.
Homie, it didn't matter. He played at a school called Cathedral High School, Indianapolis Cathedral High School in Indiana. Terry McLaurin had 6 catches for 335 yards and 5 touchdowns. I played at the Columbus East High School. in Indiana.
That boy.
We were the number one team in the state consistently my 4 years there.
Oh, that's crazy.
Wow. That's
And
how I thought Anthony Richardson was going to play, bro.
And Terry McLaurin. Yeah.
I got to say it to DeMarco, bro.
Terry McLaurin. I knew that dude was cold. I just didn't know he was this good.
That boy.
He didn't even play at Ohio State.
He's still cold.
I didn't even know he played at Ohio State. They're like, oh, he's got an Ohio State as a freshman. He's got a scholarship to Ohio State. He didn't even touch the field at Ohio State, and then goes to Washington and is like, no.
Nah, he was pretty good at Ohio State.
I don't remember him at Ohio State at all.
Yeah, that's because Paris Campbell, who we took, was the superstar.
Remember what we said? It's not fair. It's not fair that we got this guy.
Oh, that was bad. Who was that? Was that Frank?
Reich. Frank Reich. Oh. I mean, how do we even get it? It's not even fair.
Jameis Winston. I don't want Mr. Crablegs coming to Indy. Hey, you see he's got a commercial? Jameis Winston's got a commercial pushing crab legs.
I love Jameis Winston, though, man.
I was saying, how about us losing Danico Autry? I miss him, dog. He was balling in the playoffs all the time. I was not a big fan of Danico Autry, and it seemed like he just decided to play harder everywhere he left after. I felt like when he was with the Raiders, trash. He came to us. I thought he was pretty good. He went to the Tennessee Titans, played like a dog. Like, it was just crazy. Like, it was like a completely different player, especially when he played against us. Then he went to Houston, same thing. Like,
he got in trouble in Indy. His garage burned down. So cops and everything were all, it's arson.
Anybody else you guys looking to add to the DC search? You'd like to see us add in there?
No. I saw one of the Ryan brothers just took a job today. USC, linebacker coach, which is interesting. So I don't think Rex is going to get the job, because they're a package deal a lot of times. You'll see. So
you talking about Rex Ryan and his brother?
Yeah. Rob just got a job today, and
his identical twin brother got hired at USC to be the linebacker coach.
Yeah. So I don't know. I think Salah's going to get the Jacksonville job, the head coaching job. Honestly,
I'm kind of mad that the Colts haven't even interviewed him.
Well, he's going to take why not take a HC? You know what I mean? I think that's the direction.
Because I think he's, like DeMarco said, like he could go back if he goes and takes a job. I think he'd go back to San Francisco.
They already interviewed him too.
Yeah, take a year off from being a head coach, man.
Dave, you're not far off, man. I've thought about it a lot.
I don't know, man. I just look at it like, just go get an interview. It don't hurt to interview. I mean, even if you don't come to Indianapolis, which is fine, just do your due diligence and be thorough and interview the guy. Like, and if he wants to come here, pay the man. Like, pay the man. If you got Ballard saying I'm not going to be, or you got Irsay saying I'm not going to be cheap, or I got no problem winning, do what it takes.
I just don't want to hire no guy that been on TV for the last like 2 years talking crazy about everything coming in and being a coach. You just get a lot of stuff that end up being stupid. Just like how like the whole Houston thing last week called Houston a bye week, and then look what they did to the Chargers. Like, I don't want that being our DC. Like, I think Rex is funny on TV. Thought he was a good DC, but also I don't think his style is very similar to Wink's. Which I don't know how much that'll do for us.
Wink is a protege of Rex Ryan, so yeah.
Yeah, so I don't. I'm not the biggest fan of Rex Ryan as far as being a DC, but I would love for us to drop Robert Saleh's name in that hat of.
I'm just amazed at the Colts on it. Like, I don't know if maybe Saleh's like, I'm not taking DC interviews unless you're San Francisco, so don't call me, which is certainly a possibility.
Nah, I think it's because he just don't want to get stuck going to a place where he could be scapegoated, like the Jets. He doesn't want to take a DC job, and then guess what? The general manager doesn't give him good players, or somebody don't like the way he does things, and all of a sudden it's like, well, this is our scapegoat guy.
That's fair.
Appreciate 100%. That. Yeah, this has been a reoccurring thing. I want to say probably since like 2018.
That's the draft hat, right?
2019. Yeah, I get the draft every year. The Colts fucked up with one customer because I won't be doing it this year.
That's
So, yeah, they better get their act together. He just threw a pick. Washington might win this game. But yeah, so that's a pick six.
Yeah.
Ooh, let's go. Oh my gosh. I gotta order that jersey.
Jeez, I got my TY on.
My favorite. Oh, dude, I have my TY jersey somewhere.
Got my TY on.
I wore that jersey out.
Only got 2 white jerseys. I got the TY and the Marlon Mack.
Yeah, Marlon Mack jersey.
I got my Marlon Mack.
Homie, is it nice?
The white?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, love it. Dude.
No, I'm talking the Marlon Mack jersey. Like,
yeah. Look just like this one.
I didn't even know they made those, bro. Like,
yeah, no, I bought it. It was when he was a rookie. I had got it, and I got his rookie season, and he went crazy.
That's
and I remember I happened to be wearing the jersey when he hit the double spin move, and I was like, crazy.
That's
Marlon Mack was my dog.
That's the one Colts player you never see jerseys of anymore. Dude was a Colt for like 4 years, and no one. I live in Indianapolis, the Indy area, and I have never seen anybody rock a Marlon Mack jersey. You might be the only person I've ever seen wear that jersey.
Bro, I got to. He was so cold, bro.
Yeah, the reason I haven't worn is because I got to get my stitching fixed on my Marlon Mack one.
Fair enough.
But yeah, I was.
He was cold.
I had his, and yeah, that was my dog coming out, and I remember I was so hyped for that year because we were gonna have him and JT. Yeah. I thought our running game was gonna be stupid, and I mean stupid.
He ruptured his Achilles, right?
He ruptured his Achilles, and I was like, "You mother!" He ain't been the same since.
Too, didn't we?
Bro, at one time we had Marlon Mack. At one time we had Marlon Mack and JT.
Or no, we did have Naeem. We did have Naeem. Naeem was we had him first year.
We had Marlon Mack.
Like I thought our running back room was just crazy.
Yeah, we had Marlon Mack, JT Wilkins, who was like good at Ole Miss, and then got no play in Indy, and then you got Nyheim Hines. Like that 3-headed monster was wild. That 4-headed monster was wild.
It was crazy.
Albert Bentley Hines. Really nice under the radar running backs. Bro, you can't forget Dominique Rhodes, James Monroe.
Not Roddy Mungo.
My boy Vic Ballard.
Yo, he was nice.
Man, bro.
He was nice.
I still every time I think about him, I get kind of sad, man, because
Ahmad Bradshaw.
I will never forget that overtime game. The overtime game he had for us versus Tennessee.
He had like one good game as a Colt. Carter.
DeLone
Carter.
Oh,
Syracuse.
I was pretty hyped about him too at one point, but it just never really took off.
He was like the nation's leading rusher at Syracuse and had that crazy Senior Bowl. And then
Lamont Warren, yeah.
DeMichael Harris, another dog that we never utilized.
DeMichael Harris.
We never utilized him, bro.
He's playing in the USFL, I think.
DeMichael Harris?
I don't even know. Like, he wore 12. He's like, that's the only reason why I remember the name, because he was the first Colt to wear 12 since Luck retired. I saw the comments. Someone was
Derrick Rogers. Derrick Rogers used to wear the shit out that motherfucker.
He was 16.
Yeah,
he was 16.
He wore 12 at 1 minute too.
Nah, dog. Derrick Rogers wore number 16, man.
Nah, I swear, bro.
DeMichael Harris was the first Colt to wear 12 since Luck. I read the comments section last week where someone got all mad because they were talking about Andrew Luck. My goodness. Mike Hart
never got. That is true.
That's facts. Ricky Williams.
Mike Hart had a lot of heart, man.
he
was
played
good at Michigan, right?
He was a dog of Michigan. That Michigan team with him, Chad Henne, and Braylon Edwards.
Yep.
Oh my gosh! Like Mike Hart was like, I'll beat up on little brother Michigan State and run for like 400 yards and 8 TDs in a game. Like dude was 5'5", muscle hamster out here.
That Donald Brown ran for 2,000 yards his senior season in college.
At UConn? Yeah, that's what I tell people.
He went for 2K.
Yeah, bro.
2K 21 touchdowns. I was like, you
Yo,
would have never thought.
Donald Brown was incredible in college. When the Colts took him, I was ecstatic. And then he became a Colt, and he was a bust. And I was like, what the is this garbage? He was like,
Damn it, Donald.
Yeah. He was like,
Donald.
He almost got paid. He almost got Peyton killed. That's why I wanted Luck to learn from Peyton.
He's like,
learn how to get away from the blitz.
He was one of the last Polian draft picks, the second to last first round pick from Bill Polian.
He was taken 31st overall.
Because Costanzo was the last pick of Polian's reign as GM the very next year. But the year before it was, let's go get Donald Brown because, Joseph Adai had just retired.
Oh, man. I swear I'd never forget that. Damn it, Donald. Oh, no. Hey, why is Teddy Bridgewater in for the Lions?
Is Goff hurt?
Is Goff hurt?
And why they not playing Hooker?
Oh, Goff got benched.
No way. No, he was doing something with his shoulder. I think he got hurt. Oh,
he's getting evaluated for a concussion. Teddy Bridgewater is in.
They got Teddy B in there.
Bro. Oh, my God.
Hey, wouldn't this be a story? Teddy Bridgewater comes in and puts up like 7 TDs after winning the state.
And this is what I mean. And this is what I mean about people getting hyped up for windows.
Hey, he just threw a touchdown.
If the Lions' windows start dying,
he just threw a TD first play.
Teddy Bridgewater threw a touchdown. The first
Teddy Bridgewater came in cold, bro.
No, he did not. No, he did not. That was a reverse handoff.
I thought it was a TD. Damn.
Williams.
I was gonna say
that was a reverse handoff.
We're missing a good game, bro. This is a good little game.
It's Detroit.
I haven't been missing it. I've been watching it.
I got it on my phone. I usually watch the show.
I got my TV right here.
But I was all like, I got to watch this.
We were just reminiscing through all of our Colts running backs.
I'm gonna have.
I'll never forget that.
My daughter's gonna be all over my butt if I don't tell her about the Lions. Like, she's fully expects them to win the Super Bowl this year. So
Well, her teacher has it tatted on her back. So
that's the joke, bro. That's the joke. Her teacher's a diehard. Yeah. Hey, her former teacher, she's a sweetheart. She's a good woman. So I just was all like, I can't believe you're a Lions fan, Avery. I raised you better. She was all like, Detroit. I was like, all right, whatever.
Okay, life is good now.
I told myself the same thing. I was like, I could never get mad at my child for not being a Colts fan. I can never get mad.
That's like the one franchise. There are 2 franchises I hope my daughter would like. If she ever got into sports, she wouldn't like Cleveland and New England. So like, as long as she don't like Cleveland and New England, I'm fine. I'll put up with whatever. And if
my boys already got Colts jersey, so prepare for the pain.
So like, if she picks choice. Like, my dad was all like, she can't be a San Francisco Giant, or she can't be a Niners fan or a Steelers fan. Quite frankly, I don't care. My dad's a diehard Bengals fan, so but she picked Detroit. Avery's been with Detroit now for 2 solid years, and that seems to be her team. She likes the pretty blue, as she says. I like the pretty color blue, so
She said Colts got blue too.
That's what I've done told her, but she don't like it. She don't like it, man.
Nah, I think what it is, she don't like it because she don't like that 8-9 blue. She want that. She want that 15.
I think so. Blue. I think so.
That blue look better than 15.
She's like, Daddy, I don't like this color. And I'm like, it's the same color blue. You just because you're colorblind, Dad, which I'm colorblind. So like Detroit, Indianapolis, they both look purple. But she's all like, I don't like this. I'm like, huh? But she loves, she loves Detroit, man. Like, we got her a big old Detroit T-shirt this year for Christmas, and she's like, she wears it. She's telling me, Daddy, I want a Detroit scarf and a Detroit hat, and I'm all like, all right, well.
Yeah, I gotta go put on my Barry Sanders jersey.
I told her if she got a jersey, the only Lions jersey I'll allow in my house is a Barry Sanders jersey first. She got to get a Sanders jersey first, and then I'll let her get a Megatron and anybody else, but Barry Sanders got to be the first jersey that she has because he's the GOAT. I don't care what no one says. He's the GOAT. So
that's my guy. All right, folks. Appreciate everybody coming in tonight. We'll start getting more going, getting some more draft picks and getting things organized for you guys. Get more into the draft season. Hopefully by next week we got a DC hire. Give you guys a little bit more info on what we're going with there. But appreciate everybody who came in tonight. Let's go, Colts.
Go.
Second down, he fakes the Taylor, fires over the middle, completes. Pittman